Dan Wootton was taken off air and suspended following Lawrence Fox's comments made on his GB News show about female journalist Ava Evans last year. Former GB News presenter Dan Wootton has confirmed he will front a new independent platform with no censorship, which will be the renegade and authentic voice of the people. The journalist has announced his new move following his exit from GB News, after being suspended in September. The 41-year-old presenter was taken off air after his show guest Lawrence Fox made what Ofcom referred to as unambiguously misogynistic comments about journalist Ava Evans live on the show. Lawrence and Dan apologized for the offense caused, but were both later suspended. Last week, the journalist confirmed he was no longer a part of GB News and will be launching a brand new daily news and opinion show not regulated by Ofcom. Taking to his X page on Wednesday, he spoke further about his platform and hit back at those who criticized him about his exchange with Lawrence, as well as separate criminal allegations against him, which H has been cleared of. In an almost 7-minute clip shared with his 533,000 followers, Dan began by reflecting on his months of silence during investigations and told fans he was now free to share his story. The presenter went on to claim that GB News had initially argued to Ofcom that the incident didn't breach the broadcasting code at the time, but claims cancel culture won in the end. Dan went on to address a separate matter involving criminal allegations against him, which he has been cleared of last month following an investigation. The presenter alleged that if he didn't work for GB News, he would have been under a sustained attack over completely spurious allegations made about him. He went on to say, "While I am relieved that, after 6 months, I was completely exonerated in 2 investigations by the Metropolitan and Scottish Police, the determined attempt by Byline Times to, quite literally, destroy my life over lies nearly worked. Huge damage has been done because these days the process is the punishment with social media acting as public executioner. I always said this was a witch hunt and there was no criminality. But now that's been confirmed by the police. Do you think that's enough for the left? No way." Dan said following his experience, "One of the missions is to now ensure that no one else has to go through a similar smear campaign. Weaker people would not be here today to tell this story," he added. Of his new platform, he continued, "Cancellation is a gift. I'm finally free. You cannot put a price on independence from interference by corporate overlords with potentially iniquitous intentions. I am owned by nobody apart from you. It feels so good writing that." Dan added, "I am your voice, your representative, not the voice of conservative politicians and billionaire businessmen." The journalist captioned the video, "I'm not that easily cancelled. The MSM can try, but they haven't realized yet it's them that are finished. I'm now finally free to speak the truth without fear of the off-communist censors. This is why I had to leave GB News and go independent. My story." When approached by Express, a spokesperson for Byline Times said, "Byline Times exists to serve the public interest and hold power to account, no matter how powerful the person or how big the platform they stand on. For democracy to function, it is vital that journalism can challenge false narratives, hypocrisy in public life, and the abuse of power.